the state tax commission?
No.
No. Didn't know nothing about the commission on
Yeah, didn't you tell me last week, Jim, that since you hadn't heard from them, you and Carl decided just to leave it like it was? You wasn't gonna change anything?
I think so. State tax commission hasn't sent anything back?
that. Not to me, I come
What
to
are
you
they- what are
first
they
complaining
supposed to-
about it.
What are they supposed to send back?
Their findings on what they wanna do with it, whether to leave it as residential.
Did you file that with them?
We didn't, I don't know if Carl did, or you guys were supposed to.
That nobody, when we
Oh,
come,
okay, huh.
we
Well, I
weren't,
should've been told that before, I think. You just kept trying to tell me a pole barn was residential.
and then we also got some, here,
That's
we'll,
what I was told by this lady, and I was threatened.
yes, to be reassessed. all the way
Reassessed
through
everything.
If we didn't go ahead and pay it. And we also figured out after looking at it, some of it's zoned, 440 acres is zoned commercially.
Well, not the
That's-
whole acreage, but yeah,
Part of it.
commercial.
Now explain all that to
That
us.
used to be something in the whole ground, I don't know, some of that might have been commercial at one time, but nothing commercial on what I'm showing here.
Well, we got it
There's
right
no
here.
residential on what you're showing either. There's no rainwater, there's no electricity in there, there's no,
There's, well, you
Bathroom.
even said that, there was no improvements.
Alright, at least you're saying it's commercial, what portion is that? We'll have to pull it up and see.
That's right.
so why wasn't this explained to us whenever we? first
Yeah,
came in
about
here?
getting the
I mean,
commission.
About what we needed to do, why wasn't that explained to us? Whose job is that whenever we come for you guys to tell us what we need to do when we're protesting something?
I'm sure, I don't think I was part of that discussion.
Well, you was in your room, cause she kept going back and talking to you.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
And then I went across and paid it in protest.
These are minutes from when you were here last time.
Okay.
The highlighted part is, what you guys talked about with, I mean, this is before I come in office, so I just pulled up out of the
Okay.
past. But those are the past minutes, and I believe it says in there that, Jim and Bettles had told you that they would get back with you.
Yes,
Yes.
they did, and that's what I was waiting on.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not the first time you've been brought up in his office, I can assure you of that.
Probably
Yeah.
won't be the last, if this is
I'm
continuing.
hoping we can get something resolved.
That would be good.
You know,
So, this building out there, you don't have any living quarters in it whatsoever?
Well, I got, it's a hunting shack, yeah.
and you
Yeah,
guys,
and I could put that on my property. I keep my tractors and stuff in it, and we've built a couple of rooms. Cause we got such a big family, we come down, we hunt for deer season. Other than that, there's no electricity, there's no water, there's no gas, there's
No
nothing
bathroom,
there.
There's nothing.
well,
So residential, I think you gotta be able to live in it halfway decent, or a bathroom, yeah, no septic tank, no nothing.
There'd be living quarters in it, so that would be a part of your residential. I mean, back in the old days, it was called residential, and we didn't have no.
Yeah, but we're not in the old days, we're in nowadays.
Yeah.
We're getting charged for nowadays, so we should talk nowadays.
didn't you guys bring photos with you last
Yes.
time?
Yeah, they
And offer
didn't even
to
look at
share
it.
them and state statutes?
Yes,
I mean, I've listened to the audio and read the minutes, and were they interested in?
no, they
looking at
never
your
looked at no
photos,
pictures, no nothing, I
or
had
the
the,
state statute?
no. I took the measurements of the building, took pictures of the measurements, the whole 9 yards, showed the half that was
Who
the,
did you show this to?
this is what I had, but they didn't wanna see.
I remember you having them,
Yes,
yeah.
but they was
And
not showed to
offering.
nobody, yes.
Yeah.
So your state statute says that residential property, all real property improved by structure which is used or intended to be used for residential living by human occupants. Nobody lives
Wasn't
there.
intended,
No one lives there.
There's no
You
water
It's a-
there,
live
no
there.
electricity, no mailbox.
No bathroom, no
No
mailbox, nothing.
It's a pole barn.
It's a pole barn. We do got a wood stove in it, because when we hunt for keep warm.
Yeah, I remember that from the
Yep.
minutes.
So,
Well, this, I mean,
I feel like you guys have been targeted.
mhm.
I feel like there's multiple people been targeted in Bates County. I've had several contact me.
Yeah, I'm from Jackson County and I know what.
Well, a little
targeting
common
is.
sense would let you know that that's not residential. Everything that was into it and stuff, and I was blowed off like I was nothing. And then the lady up there went and talked to you, I'm sure, but she come back out and told me, well, that is residential, and if you don't like it, we'll come and recess your whole place. Then
That's
started telling
right.
me little 10 by 10 buildings is residential
Yeah,
on property we just bought.
So I'm gonna
we just wanted to come in and take care of it. We were not
I-
treated like
I
a
know I owe the
taxpayer should be
taxes.
treated.
I
But
mean, I can't tell these things. I didn't even know this building was here until I seen it on a map. And-
there's no building permits, no nothing. You're not allowed to build a building as long as you're gonna keep
Well,
your,
it's fine,
No.
you need to report it.
To who?
okay?
Well, whenever you get your, assessment list that we send out every year for your vehicles or whatever else.
Well, we don't get an assessment list.
Yeah.
We don't live there.
Uh,
We don't live there. How can you
Don't
assess?
matter, yeah, but I mean, if you got, personal property
We don't.
or whatever, any kind of property, you should say something about it.
Oh,
No, listen to me. No, let's use common sense. This is a farm ground. We share crop. We don't have any personal property. We don't get assessments like
He
that.
just said he
Liz.
parked his tractor in there, that's personal property.
That's ag. Tractor's not a car.
Yeah.
It's not a house.
It's still reported on personal property.
A tractor?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just,
a tractor.
farm equipment.
For mowing, it's for mowing.
Yeah.
It's a tractor for mowing.
All the farmers pay property taxes on all their tractors and equipment.
Well, you've never sent us assessment, so that would be your fault.
Well, I know where to send it to.
Yeah, you send it to us. And
Well,
it's
obviously you send this to us.
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, anyways.
as far as the barn,
As far as the barn,
if I could see it, if I could've gotten.
we
to
invited
see it,
people down to see it. When we first got we got a letter saying that you guys were putting it over into residential. You guys had it down there, you sent it out in July. I didn't get it until the end of September, through the mail. It was not registered.
I mean, I can't help that, that's the mail. We sent all of our,
July,
all of our
August,
changes.
September. And then you gave 15 days after I got it, we couldn't even do anything about it, is what you put down.
With a commercial. Well, I
That shows the total price with the commercial added in it.
Well, sure. That's what I'm saying. Why do you take it off then? Is it?
I don't know, that's what it says, ag's assessed at 14,840, even though it's showing 13,550 here. I don't know where they break it out, because it's not showing the breakouts we're looking at. I don't know.
We'll still be in charge then. That's all I'm saying. You know, I can't help that they won't come up with it. The same way with the residential and stuff.
Yeah, a tractor has nothing to do with residential.
Yeah, and I bring it back and forth. We gotta have a place to park it and lock it.
Ag property is ag property. If you don't live there, if it's not a residence, it's agricultural. If you use a tractor to mow, yeah, like Carl says, the tractor should be on an assessment sheet. If he sends an assessment sheet, put it on it.
Yeah, because it's
But a
what,
tractor-
$15 a year?
A tractor
For
has
that
nothing
tractor.
nothing to do with if it's
Right, it would be
Well, I
no,
don't know how
not
to find
compared to
that,
the,
you know, I
you know,
mean,
we let this go,
I'm
it
more than
keeps
happy
going.
to pay my taxes and stuff.
But wouldn't you
when
pay that where you live, not where you,
Well, we never,
Live in Cass County.
nobody usually puts,
Are you paying for that tractor?
cause this tractor isn't for
Yes,
farming,
it'd be
it's for to
Cass
keep
County.
the things mowed. You know, do you put your mower on your
So when you do
personal
your
property?
assessment sheet,
I live
are
in
you
town.
adding that tractor?
Even if so, you got a mower? I've got a mower, I don't pay
Yes,
mine
I
on
see
personal.
exactly what you're saying. Yes.
We don't use it for,
One place or the other.
Okay. I see
you know,
exactly
we
what
don't
you're saying,
drive
which
it
is
like
true.
you drive your
Yeah.
cars, road tax and all that stuff, but hey,
Anything that is.
I can pay the $10, $12 for a tractor, cause that's all this tractor's gonna
You may
be.
be paying taxes there,
This is different.
or you may be paying taxes here.
And how many years will we have to keep paying it if we don't fight it now? When it's not right.
Yeah.
Your boats.
Yep.
Are you paying taxes in Cass County, or are you paying?
Them are my brothers, so.
I mean, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So those things,
Yep.
and it depends on where it's set, where was it assessed on?
Okay.
Was it assessed in Bates County, or was it assessed in Cass County? And if you don't get an assessment sheet from Bates County on that tractor, then hopefully Cass County's catching it, and they're sending you that, and you're paying for the value in Cass County rather than in Bates County. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, as long as it's paid
You don't have to
somewhere.
Right,
that-
that's just it. We're not trying to double tax you.
Exactly.
Just make sure that,
That it's being paid for in one of the counties and stuff, or from
Yeah,
one of
but we're
us, 'cause
actually
there's
getting
three
way
of us.
off base.
Yeah.
Residential, commercial, that's
And
what we're
someone
here
said to
about.
me too about my, we put a dock on there, put a roof, and you said it could be storage, that you could start charging me more for it too.
I know what you're talking about.
Do we wanna discuss the January 22nd meeting with Carl and Jim?
Yeah, I'd like to see what we're gonna be able to do to take care of it.
I mean, I truly do, I believe you guys have been targeted by two different offices,
I
it
feel
needs to
like
be-
we jerked around a little bit.
Needs to
Can't
be
lie to you.
resolved.
You know, someone said, and I don't know who said it, is I pay 2,000 taxes on my house. I was, well, so do I. That don't mean I wanna raise this up. And it ain't the principle of the price, it's just the principle you're doing it, raising my taxes on something that ain't residential to make more money for the county. I don't go for that.
Yeah, we pay our taxes.
Yeah. Like, I'll pay my fair
But
share, but
everything's
not above
gotten
my
out of
fair
hand on
share to take
taxes.
care of Buddy down the road.
So what we want to know is, where do we go from here?
Yep. How do we take care of this?
Well, if it's actually just a farm building, I mean, I'll take off the residential, I don't have that much residential on the building, we only raised probably about $4,000 as far as what the value of the building is, cause I just put a bathroom in it, and that's all that I had.
Put a bathroom in it?
Well, I added a bathroom, cause
Huh?
it, you know,
Well, why wouldn't you guys look at his pictures last fall and get this straight?
I never had an opportunity to look at any pictures.
Go back and look at the minutes. Well, then, I tell you what, Carl, if you wanna slam your fist on the desk, you wanna make this an issue, here we go. On January 22nd of this year, I was new in this office, and you sat right there in that same chair and said you would go after everything they had. You'd climb the gate, go in that property, you'd find it all. Jim Wheatley sat here and said he would too. I'll get every mower, every tractor, I'll get everything they've got. And I'm gonna leave one comment out of there. And I stood up right here and said, you can't do that. I said, if you're gonna do that to them, you come to my house, your house, his house, and your house. Now, why are you targeting one family? I've got multiple. This is just the beginning. And I told myself I wasn't gonna get fired up over this.
When we come into this office and we are treated as disrespectful as the last time, we are taxpayers and we wanted to know what was going on, and you guys were like, well, we'll just reassess your whole thing. No, I'm a taxpayer, you work for us. This needs to be taken care of, that's your job. And if you wanna come over the gate, you bring it on.
Yeah, don't get caught.
I had a woman this morning remind me that, hey, I was talking to her about this situation and how I've been torn about it for months. Things were going pretty smooth, I didn't wanna say anything. She says, we voted you in for honesty and transparency.
Just want a fair shake. I want to be level playing field with everybody.
When you have two offices working together to target certain individuals, and Carl, you can look at Jim just like you did the last one. He answered your questions at the last meeting. He can answer them here if he wants to. You both can. But you're sure not denying that you said that.
I'm not sure that I was even in that meeting. I don't remember.
You
that.
sat right there in the same chair.
And these people were in this room?
No,
you
we
would,
wouldn't hear.
you would not have had the nerve to say it in front of us like that. Neither one of you would have. You did it behind. We have the nerve to come to you and say, hey, this needs to be taken care
There's other
of.
people that have contacted me also.
I called over Gates before we go check on other properties.
Yeah,
Well, you're trespassing and.
No, I have legal.
No, you ain't
Yes,
got
I
legal
do.
rights. No, you
No,
don't.
wait,
You do
wait.
not unless you
Wait.
got a warrant, buddy.
Okay,
So.
calm down.
Yep. Calm down.
This is.
Don't get on to me then and tell me you can come on my property like that.
You better
You gotta
let us
have a
know.
warrant.
You gotta at least let us know. And we don't care if you come on. We'll invite you on.
Yeah.
You can look
I'll
around.
drive around.
We don't care.
You know, bringing photos last year was a great way to do it. Bringing the state statues last year was a great way to do it. I don't think Trent was even here when Jim come in to me last week and said, hey, they didn't show up, their taxes are staying the same, and called you by name.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute, I've heard the audio and read the minutes. You said you would get back with them. And I gotta say, it kind of bristled me up.
But as far as coming, you don't need to go over the gate. If you go over the gate, you're just doing it because you wanna target us
Yeah.
some more. Because if you call us, we'll let you in. We have nothing to hide. That's why we're here. That's why we brought photos.
Well, how do we get this settled? I mean, it's between Carl, Jim, I mean, how do we get this settled? There's gonna be more after this. These aren't the first people I've talked to. I've had many more contact me, so we're just barely getting the ball rolling.
So I can take that building back to agriculture.
What about the commercial?
I don't,
His sheet shows commercial, but when you pull it up on GIS, I showed him, there's nothing commercial there.
no.
It's
The only
showing
thing I
ag
know
now.
is that was something to do, and I don't even recognize, didn't even realize it.
No, his
Well, we
sheet
didn't
on-
realize
We didn't
until we
realize
started
until
going through everything.
this come up or the residential and I started looking through everything
But I
close.
didn't realize it.
Well, how is this happening out of our assessor's office? I mean, how's this happening, Carl? You just not pay attention, or you
Well, I
follow
don't look
somebody
at-
else's lead?
I don't look at
or-
everybody's
We
individual
get that.
deal, I mean,
Yeah.
there's 14,000 parcels in this county.
Exactly,
We're
understand
not
that.
trying to target you either, but we come in here the last time and was not treated well.
Well,
So yes, we come in with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder
I
today.
apologize for that, I didn't know a lot of this, so.
So, yes, you do have.
You've got the wrong son not to be targeted.
So,
No.
now we just wanna know, what do we do? Do we wait for you guys to contact us? Do we need to move forward with something else?
Well, I can reduce this, I mean, I can go back and do it, but it'll be for 2026.
And then what about the money that's been overpaid?
It's in protest right now, so.
I don't know that I can do
I
that.
don't know what we can do on that.
Because Jimmy's always told me in the past that if it's been assessed and it's been collected for, but you said you paid the protest, so maybe you get part of that back.
Right.
But, since, he says you can't go back to the schools and the hospital and stuff, and get money back, so it's done deal.
That doesn't
You
seem
can-
fair.
No, that's not
But I
right.
mean, we can, that's why they like to go,
Okay,
possibly go back and reduce something for the.
Take it off of the next year's
Next
taxes,
year's.
like Jackson County's doing.
But anyway.
will you,
I mean, they
will
told me
you
the
send
same
us a
thing.
notice and let us know it's been done, or, you know? apparently we need to keep on track of this, cause,
Well, how many other people does this happen to? Because I know a deputy that got targeted with a $250,000 assessment on a skid steer. I know mine personally has been targeted. How many other people in Bates County does this happen to? I mean, we fixed, I don't know, how many mistakes have we fixed in here that come from your office this spring? I mean, for months, for 3 months, we worked on it. I mean, how often, how many more times does this have to happen? I mean, I've let mine lay,
I think so.
but I could prove mine by dates. I mean, I can prove it multiple
On
times.
some of those, when we found out, it wasn't Carl's office that didn't get it, just that made the mistake, it hadn't got to his office to get
Hadn't been
correction.
recorded.
It wasn't recorded correctly, so
Yeah, I
it
think
wasn't
there was
Carl's office, it was a
two like
combination
that.
of two different offices not getting the information together.
And correspond.
And all of a sudden, it comes out, oh, well, this isn't right,
Yeah,
no. and
so we
we're-
found that out, so we've had
Yeah, but are we gonna be
9,
targeted from here on out, do we have
8?
to watch everything
No,
now that this has
shouldn't.
happened?
It shouldn't be. But we've had, like I said, 8 or so tax issues to where issues didn't get caught up. Whether they purchased it or transferred it or whatever. So the penalty on it was waived because it wasn't a mistake by Carl's office to do that, or the recorder's office to do that.
yeah.
Or Jimmy's office to do that. It just, the matching didn't match
Oh,
up.
and I understand
So
making
we do,
mistakes, yeah.
we can do
Or an
those.
address error.
Yeah, which is, that's understandable and stuff, but I come in to take care of it, and it should have been taken care of.
And we should.
That's where I
Treat it
had the
better.
problem.
It should have been done last fall when you were here the first time. So what's our resolution today then?
He says he'll take it off, correct?
Take it
I'll go back to agriculture.
The agriculture,
Do
okay?
we need to wait
So
for a
it would
notice, or do we
be-
need to do a follow-up? I mean, what do we need to do?
It won't be residential or commercial charged on those properties now.
Be agriculture. And
It'll stay
If
agriculture.
there was some way we could find out about the commercial would be nice.
Yeah, I'm like you, I'm trying to figure out why this is not showing up.
Yeah,
They kicked an extra nine
See what
Ask
hundred.
me
happened.
about that, because I don't,
okay.
which parcel was that?
I want it, I'm just.
It's a 440-acre tract.
Yeah,
Just to the southeast of the one we're talking about.
yes, yes.
Is it, some of it's farmable, and some of it's just pick ground, or what's it?
So it's mainly farmable.
Some agriculture and some just.
That right there.
There's some honey, you know, there's,
Timber.
yeah, there's some
Yeah.
honey there because not all of
Yeah,
it.
you go with
Like
ditches
half of what
and you.
farm ground.
Yeah.
Pulling up is full of pasture and
Yeah.
other.
That kind of stuff. No, well, I think it's a dollar, a lot across the hills and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That all you need?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know why it would ever been commercial.
Yeah, I don't know when it
And I
was,
don't know
that's the problem on that.
It's a small amount, but I don't know what.
Listen, that's something to
Well,
do with the
there's
coal
nothing-
years ago, maybe. there's
Well,
something.
the only thing I know is that
Yeah.
it had something to do with the coal company.
Yeah, cause they did strip mine and, yeah.
And you reassess these every 2 years, 4 years?
Yeah, supposed to do it every 2 years.
So every 2 years, you should be able to see that, so if
Okay.
it's,
That's the reassessment year this year.
and you've been in office over 4 years, it should have been caught by now.
Okay.
Not been in office for less than 4 years.
Well, technically, yeah, you started in September, I guess. We can split hairs all day long.
All right, so we're not gonna, we're just gonna assume you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Will you give them a follow-up letter, follow-up notification?
That's
Will you-
I'll
actually-
send them a letter or something.
Okay. Any of the addresses on there, all three of them.